everyone, it's Slang. Today we're going to be going over some of Fox's shield pressure in Smash 64. Now the original Super Smash Bros. Shielding on the ground is generally not considered to be very good, with many aerials in the game having tons of shield stun which can lead to easy grabs for most of the cast, Fox included. However, what characters like Captain Falcon, Mario, Ness, or Pikachu have that Fox doesn't have are powerful throws. That's not to say that Fox's grab is, terrible per se, but compared to a character like Captain Falcon who gets excellent combos off of his forward throw, or a character like Pikachu who has excellent kills off of his back throw, or Jigglypuff who can do both, it leaves something to be desired. What Fox does have though is excellent shield pressure that can be applied in most situations. Today I'll be going over some shield poke and shield break setups to help mitigate one of Fox's biggest weaknesses.
I'll go over shield poking first as there is a little bit less to cover. Firstly, this is one that people generally already seem to know about and are already exploiting. Kirby's hand hurt box sticks out of his shield just a tiny bit when at max shield and can be poked by Fox's down air starting from either side of Kirby's shield. While it can work at maximum shield health, it is much easier to poke when there's been just even a little bit of damage done to Kirby's shield. This can both set up for combos and kills at all percents and is very useful. Technically, you can use a number of Fox's other moves to also poke Kirby's full shield, but these are much less consistent and put you in a very dangerous position, and honestly all this can be mitigated by Kirby simply tilting their shield up anyways, which leads us to our next poke. Fox's down tilt has a very low hitbox, so low in fact that can outright miss characters like Pikachu and Ness given the correct circumstances. You can use this low hitbox to shield poke Fox and Falcon very reliably. If you land any strong aerial on those two characters' shields, followed up with a double shine, you should be able to consistently poke their feet with down tilt. You can get away with only doing one shine, but personally I find getting the correct spacing to be rather difficult. This does also work on a few other characters if more damage has been done to their shields, and or if they're tilting their shields up. Although this is only really useful to know for Kirby, as we went over earlier, or Pikachu if they miss their up B. Did you know that Fox has shield breaks that don't murder your fingers? Yeah, that's right. Fox doesn't have to multi-shine half a dozen times minimum to break shield if he doesn't want to, though that is totally an impractical option you can choose if you want. The next section of this video will be going over all of Fox's lesser known shield break setups at the time of this recording. First off, we have the easiest shield break that works on every character in the game. Nair, up air, double shine, up smash. Though you can also start the shield break with an up air and go into a Nair or another up air on most of the cast, Nair up air works on everyone if executed correctly. You can also connect both Nair and up air off of the lowest Pharaoh Bear you've ever hit in your life, though due to both moves being weaker you'd have to triple shine afterwards to get the break. How the setup works is first you have to hit a Nair fairly low to the ground, then do a sideways short hop and do a slightly delayed up air. Honestly, the up air timing isn't too strict to get the lowest Nair possible. However, the spacing of the up air can be pretty tricky on some characters, mostly Kirby and Pikachu, but with some practice you should be able to get it consistently, at least in training mode. Afterwards, it's just a double shine into up smash. You'll need to keep in mind what staleness level your moves are all at, as if any moves are used in their maximum staleness, you need a triple shine instead of double shine in order for them to break. It's 3:30 in the morning and I forgot to record me hitting the triple shine to break the shield, so I'm just going to verbally explain these next parts as well. Obviously it makes it harder to get 3 shines instead of 2 for a shield break. And if it's either up air or Nair that is stale, it gives you significantly less frames to connect into the following move. Nair and shine can be level 2 staleness for double shine to still break, while up air and up smash need to be fully fresh in order for it to work, assuming all other moves are at full freshness. I plan on making an entire video on applied knowledge of move staling in the future, so I won't go into complete depth on how all this works just yet. And I will also not go over any other sheer breaks with how stale moves affected, as it's pretty much the exact same as this one. Next up, you have the harder and more impractical version of the previous shield break. Nair, up air, Nair, shine up smash. This is almost harder than just going for the shine shield break outright, and is incredibly impractical if your opponent is mashing out his shield options at all. It also only works on tall characters in Jigglypuff, as your up air will almost always single hit if you try to cross up both Kirby and Pikachu, and Nair will go over everyone else's head. However, if your opponent is one to sit and shield a bit longer than they need to, it can give you the extra frames to make this one worth knowing how to pull off. starts off the same as before with an extra low nair into up air, though this time you also want to hit that up air as low to the ground as possible to give you enough frames to hit another nair on the way back. You will need to do sideways short hops in order for both these moves to connect. Finally, it's a big ol' shine up smash to pop the party balloon. You don't technically need the shine to break the shield, though it is needed to hit confirm after the second nair to not give them any frames to escape. Next up, well, what if your opponent isn't shielding on the ground close enough for Fox to hit a low aerial and is instead shielding in this common position on the platform? Well, we got you covered. When your opponent is shielding on the side platforms, if you're able to land either a nair or up air that pushes them towards the side that they are furthest to, followed up with a shield drop up air into slanted stick hop up air, up smash, down smash, double shine, really anything for the shield break. This, I believe, will become the most common shield break used by Fox players in the future, as it's not an uncommon defensive position to take, and it's also not too difficult to pull off technically. This doesn't, however, work on every character in the cast, as Luigi gets pushed too far from aerials to stay on the platform reliably, and often characters like Falcon, Fox, Link, and Samus can get shield poked from the second up air unintentionally, though it's still very much possible to hit this break on all those characters. The final shield break we will be going over is Yoshi-specific with a slight asterisk beside it. We'll get into that at the very end. Starting off the exact same as before with 2 up airs on Yoshi's shield, you can do a slanted C-hop up air into Rising Bear to crack the egg. This one I find to be the easiest out of all the shield breaks to pull off consistency, as the leniency for all the moves connecting is fairly decent. The reason that this one has an asterisk on it is because I have been able to get it to work on Pikachu before, though out of probably the thousands of attempts I've done at this point, I've hit it less than a dozen times. Unfortunately, I deleted my only recording of me hitting this, along with everything else I recorded for this video in the last month due to an editing error, but whatever. Though I do have this nice frame by frame showing it does indeed actually work. I haven't labbed out the exact frame data for this, but I'm assuming that most of the inputs are either close to frame perfect and or that the spacing is hyper precise in order for the Rising Bear to have enough shield stun to connect to the shield while also not poking. This also leads me to believe that that might work on other characters, but honestly it's so hard I personally wouldn't say that's worth looking into, but hey, maybe I'm wrong.
And with that, welcome to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and you have some new things to practice. I am back to playing the game again for the time being, and I have a bunch of other ideas for videos I want to make in the future, so stay tuned if you'd like some more Smash 64 content tutorials. Hope to see y'all again soon.